What a game, Bears fans. Sunday's showdown between the Chicago Bears and Pittsburgh Steelers was an absolute nail-biter that had us on the edge of our seats. In a matchup of division leaders, the Bears pulled off a thrilling 31-28 victory at Soldier Field. This wasn't just any win. It was Chicago's 8th win in 9 games, keeping them atop the NFC North with an 8-3 record. The Steelers, who came in leading the AFC North, dropped to 6-5 and into a first-place tie in their division after this hard-fought loss. The energy in the stadium was electric, and both teams delivered a classic back-and-forth battle. Let's dive into how it all unfolded. First half. The Bears wasted no time making a statement. On the very first play from scrimmage, Chicago's defense came up big. Cornerback Nahshon Wright, stepping in as a starter due to injuries, intercepted Mason Rudolph's first pass of the game. That turnover set the tone early and fired up the home crowd. The offense capitalized quickly. Just 6 plays later, rookie quarterback Caleb Williams hit DJ Moore for a 5-yard touchdown, giving Chicago a 7-0 lead. Soldier Field was rocking with that quick start, but the Steelers answered right back. Despite veteran QB Aaron Rodgers being sidelined with a broken wrist, backup Mason Rudolph settled in and led an impressive response drive. Pittsburgh marched 95 yards in 13 plays, a drive featuring a bit of trickery. Rudolph tossed a lateral to star receiver DK Metcalf, who ran it in 5 yards for a touchdown, tying the game 7-7 late in the first quarter. The momentum swung further in Pittsburgh's favor on the very next series. On the first snap of the second quarter, Steelers linebacker TJ Watt burst off the edge and strip-sacked Williams in the Bears' end zone. Linebacker Nick Herbig fell on the fumble in the end zone for a Steelers defensive touchdown, suddenly putting Pittsburgh up 14-7. That kind of gut punch play had Bears fans nervous. It's not often you see a 14-point swing that fast. Chicago, however, kept their cool and struck back. Later in the second quarter, Caleb Williams led a drive to answer the challenge. He found Colston Loveland, a rookie tight end, for a 12-yard touchdown strike to tie the game 14-14. Loveland's score was huge, coming just minutes after the Bears' costly mistake, and it showed that this young Bears offense wouldn't fold under pressure. The Steelers weren't done in the half yet, far from it. In fact, Pittsburgh pulled out some creativity on a 4th and -1 before halftime. Lining up as if for a quarterback sneak, they ran a tush-push trick play. Fullback Connor Hayward took the snap and instead of plowing forward, he handed off to running back Kenneth Gainwell. Gainwell exploded around the right side, following a pulling blocker, and ripped off a career-long 55-yard run all the way to the Chicago 1-yard line. On the very next play, running back Jaylen Warren punched in a 1-yard touchdown, putting the Steelers ahead 21-14 with just 1:19 left in the half. It was a stunning play that silenced the crowd momentarily. Talk about an unexpected highlight from a depth running back. The Bears managed to regain a bit of momentum just before the break, as kicker Cairo Santos nailed a 47-yard field goal at the halftime buzzer to trim the deficit to 21-17. Still, at halftime the Bears were down and had some work to do. Second half. If the first half was about haymaker plays from both teams, the second half was all about the Bears showing resilience and the will to win. Chicago came out of the locker room refocused. Thanks in part to a Steelers penalty that gifted the Bears good field position, Caleb Williams and the offense drove down on the opening series of the third quarter. Williams started finding his rhythm after some early overthrows, connecting on a series of passes. Then came a beautiful 25-yard touchdown pass to DJ Moore, who beat the coverage for his second TD of the day. That score gave Chicago a 24-21 lead midway through the third quarter and sent the fans into a frenzy. You could feel the momentum swinging back to the home team. For Moore, it was a redemption of sorts. After being quiet in recent games, only 1 catch in the previous 2 weeks, he stepped up huge with 5 catches, 64 yards and 2 TDs in this game. The Bears weren't done swinging. Later in the third quarter, the Steelers were on the move and threatening to score when Chicago's defense delivered a game-changing play. Star defensive end Montez Sweat came screaming off the edge and strip-sacked Rudolph, knocking the ball free. Sweat even managed to recover the fumble himself at Chicago's 46-yard line. Soldier Field erupted. It was a massive takeaway, and one of those moments where you just shout, "Fumble!" Bears ball. In excitement, this turnover proved pivotal. Early in the fourth quarter, the Bears offense cashed in on the gift. They marched 54 yards in 9 plays, and running back Kyle Monangai powered in a 2-yard touchdown run, extending Chicago's lead to 31-21 with 14:14 to play. Monangai bulldozed through with what the team later called bully ball, and the Bears suddenly had a 2-score lead. At this point, Bears fans were feeling ecstatic, from down 7 to up 10 in a matter of minutes, but we all knew better than to relax against a proud team like Pittsburgh. Sure enough, the Steelers weren't going to go quietly. Mason Rudolph, showing a ton of poise for a backup thrust into a big spot, led Pittsburgh on a marathon 17-play, 73-yard drive in the fourth quarter. He converted multiple third downs, including a clutch 19-yard pass to Calvin Austin, methodically moving the chains. Finally, on 3rd and goal, Rudolph executed a play-action pass and found tight end Pat Freiermuth in the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown, cutting the Bears' lead to 31-28 with 6:27 remaining. What a drive! It ate up a ton of clock and had Bears fans biting their nails again. The game was a one-score contest once more, fitting a pattern for Chicago this season. The Bears have been in close games all year, entering this matchup 5-1 in one-score games. The tension in the stadium was unbelievable at this point. The Steelers' defense then stepped up, forcing the Bears into a quick 3-and-out series that took only 24 seconds off the clock. Suddenly, Pittsburgh got the ball back again, this time at their own 20-yard line with 1:29 left. Plenty of time to drive for a tying field goal or go-ahead TD. You could hear some anxious murmurs in the crowd. This was déjà vu to previous weeks when games came down to the wire. Rudolph and the Steelers' offense started that final drive well. A 14-yard pass to Freiermuth got them out near midfield. With the clock winding down under 30 seconds, the Steelers crossed the 50-yard line. It all came down to a 4th and 6 from the Chicago 47 with 17 seconds remaining. The stadium was deafening, fans on their feet. Rudolph took the snap, but the Bears' defense dialed up the pressure and got their hands up. Safety Jaquan Brisker leapt and deflected Rudolph's 4th down pass at the line of scrimmage, knocking it to the turf. The ball fell incomplete, and, with that deflection, the Bears sealed the win. The Chicago sideline and fans erupted in celebration as the Bears' offense ran out to line up in victory formation. Game over. Bears win 31-28. It was an absolute roller coaster of a game, a true team victory, and a finish that had hearts pounding. As the Bears took the kneel down, you could feel the relief and joy in the cool November air. This team just keeps finding ways to win these close ones. With the Cowboys beating the Eagles, it's totally possible for Caleb and the Bears to pull an upset on Black Friday. Please like and comment, and I hope you liked my video second half. If the first half was about